Hello, everybody, and welcome to Valhalla Motorsports Race Week 4 at Monza. We are about to start with pre-race interviews with me, Maestro, and the new commentator, Ali. We're going to be starting off with Alex Johnson of Mercedes, so we'll go into that now. Alex, how are you?
I'm pretty decent. Thank you very much.
What are you hoping to do today at Monza? Is it better than last week where you didn't have a strategy at all, or?
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping to finish the race. Me and Twinsicle, we have a deal. Um, about turn one.
Uh,
And,
does it
I won't.
involve any title rivals?
Oh, I'm not giving you any specifics here, but
Uh,
see,
if we
let's
see an
just.
incident involving a Mercedes or Ferrari, we'll make sure that somebody's got this clipped.
Yeah, it'd be a real shame if his brakes failed at turn one, wouldn't it?
Oh. Where are you hoping to finish today, Alex?
um, Hopefully on the podium. It would be like a massive bonus to finish on top step. And that's everyone's goal, to be honest. But
Is
yeah, that'd be great to do that.
is fastest lap something you're going for, or are you going to go for positions instead of risking the sacrifice? Because last time you got fourth with a fastest lap. Would you rather just take the third without, or?
Uh, yeah, mainly the main reason being you get more points.
Yeah, but if
With
you
that.
think you're going to lose anyway, you may just want the bragging rights of the fastest lap
Oh, right,
championship.
yeah. Yeah, no, at
That's
that
what
point, I may
Lewis
as
did
well.
in the real F1.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd
Obviously,
like to say other than your dodgy dealings with Ferrari, or?
um, the only thing I would like to say is good luck to Jack Ack and the Alpines. I hope
Okay.
they crash.
Thank you, Alex. We always love getting your take on the race.
No.
Right, Ali, we'll come to you
Yeah.
now to interview Tactical, the Alfa Romeo driver, who is in third in the
All right.
driver standings.
What the hell? All right. How you doing?
Yo, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing all good. I'm doing all good.
Good to hear. All right. So, what are you expecting from this race?
Yeah, so I mean, last race I got P10, so
Oh, okay.
definitely something better than P10. I mean, I'd love to get on the podium again. I've had
Yeah.
one podium, so I'm hoping to get on the podium again. But just solid points, I think, is what I'm just basically aiming for.
Yeah.
And yeah, hope for some DNFs in turn one and
Yeah.
skip through.
Makes sense. So how are you feeling about Monza? You like good with this track? Are you like used to it? What are your thoughts on it?
Monza, I like Monza. I wouldn't say it's my strongest track, but all I got to do is just keep it consistent. I should be good. I'll be
Yeah.
honest, turn one's a little bit of a hard one for me, but other than that, I should be all right.
Yeah. Hopefully. And have your team got a strategy for today?
Uh, we still got to run over some things just before the race, get everything like in check. But it's a tough one. It is a tough one. We haven't got an engineer, unfortunately, so we have to just basically run everything by our through teammates. So
Yeah.
yeah, we try and do that, but we'll see how it goes today.
Yeah, definitely. So, just last question. Who do you think you're going to be racing today?
I'll probably be racing maybe one or both of the Ferraris today. They
Oh,
seem
okay.
pretty strong and whatnot. So yeah, I'll probably be racing them. I'd like to be racing the top guys, but
Yeah, definitely.
they've got some quick pace. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Good luck to you, and hopefully you finish on the podium.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, next we're
All
going
right.
to go to Williams driver, who's recently been promoted from Division 2 after his race at Baku, where he DNF'd in lap 1. You clearly had a big impact on your team there with that lap 1
Why is he talking about that?
disqualification. What do you think today's going to go better, Little C?
Well, the aim is not to DNF, okay?
Yeah, that's where most people start.
Yeah, but since I've DNF'd in both races so far, yeah, but since I've DNF'd in both races so far, it's it's not really good for the team and for me. So I'm going to try and at least get some points today for the team. So let's hope it's a good, clean race.
Where do you want to be qualifying? Where, like, what sort of
I
area of the grid?
You see, with Monza, turn 1 being in the midfield is always bad. You just
Yeah.
get rammed into. You ram people. It's so there's a lot of fast people, so I don't know if I'll be able to qualify right at the front, which well I won't. So I'll aim for the midfield, and I'll just keep it as clean as possible, really.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, just everyone. I hope you have a good race, and see you out there.
Ali, anything you'd like to ask him?
Nothing really. Just like if you were to have a dream race, what would you say would happen in turn 1?
Oh, I don't get rammed into, or I don't ram into anyone.
Yeah.
That's
Fair enough.
that's what everyone's going to be hoping for today. But
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting turn 1.
yeah, we'll have to wait and
the,
see.
The curb on the inside of turn 1 is
Ooh.
definitely. If I spin, it's going to be carnage. So let's hope
Definitely.
nobody spins and there's no DNFs or severe crashes into turn 1. So
Just don't end up on top of anyone else's car, and I think we'll have a good race.
no, it's all right. I'm not as aggressive or bad as Max. Ooh, but
Okay.
you know.
Thank you, Little C. And
Thank you,
that's all
Jamie.
for the pre-race
Thank you.
interviews. So we will be back in about 10 minutes with the race start. Thanks, guys.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Valhalla Race Week 4. We're here at Monza with 19 drivers on the grid in an 18-minute short qualifying session ready to set the grid for the 27-lap race. I'm here with Ali to give you commentary, and we are just waiting in the pits as drivers ready their cars to take their first outlap.
Hey everyone. So what are you thinking about the start of the race then?
Well, turn 1 at Monza, it's always difficult. You get a big load of traffic in a very tight corner, so I think we're going to see the front runners get away while the rest of the cars have to slow down.
Yeah.
Probably the Alpines and the Mercedes, they did well last race. I think they will have a strong start. Anybody you're looking into watching this weekend?
Well, to be honest, I want to see how Koss is doing because he was actually quite confident about this race. So I'm excited to see. So the first guys are starting to come out now. So
We'll see who
ready.
that was. I believe that is the Red Bulls of Kevin Aronson and Sir Jagu. Sir Jagu had a good race at Baku. Red
yeah.
Bull are always running these unusual strategies that we can't seem to predict, but hopefully this weekend we'll be able to figure out what's happening with them.
Hopefully, yeah.
Let's get the lap time up now and all of the data we need.
Yep.
We can
Love to
see
see
some
it all.
other cars leaving. I think that's an Alpha Tauri, a Mercedes, and an Aston Martin that are on the outlaps now.
McLarens are going out too.
McLaren, it looks like we're getting a lot of the cars starting to leave the garage now.
Yeah.
Would you like to give us a grid rundown whilst we wait for the cars to start driving?
Yeah, sure. So for Mercedes, we have Alex and Koss. In the Red Bulls, we have Sir Jagu and Kevin. In the Ferraris, we have Yoda and Twinsicle. In the McLarens, we have Prilo and Silburns. In the Aston Martin, we have just Speakman because Mr. Krabs was a no-show, which is something interesting. So Aston Martin will have to have double the pressure on him because he needs to get points for everyone, I guess. For Alpine, we have Jackak, sorry, and Mateus. And for Alpha Tauri, we have Nemi and Corgi. For Alfa Romeo, we have Tactical and Nicky's. For Williams, we have Carter and Jumbo, and for Haas, we have Octo and Saints.
And now that we've finished that, we're watching the Red Bull of Sir Jagu start his flying lap. Maybe the two Red Bulls coming out in such quick succession was originally a plan to give some tow to Kevin Aronson, who is the reserve driver for the day. But it doesn't seem to have worked. There's a bit of time between them if that was the plan. Maybe they just wanted to be the first cars out. I'm not sure. Again, we'd never really know Red Bull's strategy, but
completely unknown, I guess.
The weather today, I believe, is a nice dry track with average temperature. So the weather conditions shouldn't play too much into any team strategy unless there's an unforeseen circumstance there. But
yeah, hopefully not getting any thunderstorms or anything, to be honest. But there's yellow sector 2 though.
Oh, yellow sector 2, it looks like that's an Alpha Tauri there, stuck.
Oh, yep.
At the quite wide turn there, maybe holding some people up, but Sir Jagu hasn't been held up in anything. Corgi set the first lap of the session at 1:20. Sir Jagu's beat that by 8.3 tenths, and Kevin Harrison comes in behind 7 tenths behind. So it's a Red Bull 1-2, 5 minutes into the session.
Looks good for Red Bull. It's going to be exciting to see them get off from the start.
Very promising.
You really want to be at the front here.
Aston Martin solo driver setting it 4th.
Yeah, going into turn 1, you really want to be right at the front because you do not want to be held up at all. Because the further back you are, the earlier you're braking, and that's not going to be good. And you just don't want to turn in too early. So definitely being on that left side is going to help because you do not want to be flying up that curb.
You really want to be avoiding collisions with other drivers here.
Yeah, you don't want any front wings missing for the first lap.
Because getting around these tight chicanes with any form of damage will definitely slow you down compared to the cars around you. Will cost you some positions and will cost you some pit time as well.
Alright,
Now
so
we've-
it's
Alex Johnson coming towards sector 3 of his outlap now. Alex Johnson's second in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. But he's not had the strongest race results recently. He missed out on the podium last weekend. However, he did get that fastest lap. He told us he wants podium and he'd be happy with a top step, which I think is a given for any driver. They'd be happy with a top
obviously
step.
that's everyone's dream. Oh,
Twinsicle
got
disqualified from the
disqualified.
session. His teammate is in third, so he's pulling the weight now, but
yup.
that's Twinsicle still going to be unhappy with that. Alex Johnson said he had a plan with Twinsicle, which has probably been ruined by this.
Yup.
But let's
Think
watch
there
as
was going to be
Alex...
some sort of toes and stuff involved.
yeah, the strategy there for Ferrari might be... Maybe they'll sacrifice Twinsicle's race to find out the best strategy for Yoda, if Yoda can keep that high grid position.
Yeah, definitely. But it looks like the Red Bull of Kevin Aronson has actually dropped down to 5th now and he's back in the pits.
Jagu's managed to keep that pole position by around a 10th to the Williams of Jumbo. Corgi's out the session due to damage there. Probably lost Alex Johnson a 10th or two, having to react to that car in the middle of the
quick
track.
reactions right there.
Yeah, that's impressive by Alex Johnson. This is why he is a community favourite to get podium most races. But the Alpines and now Sir Jagu being involved in this are definitely not going to make that easy for him. Jack washed only in 5th.
Alex Johnson's getting a really good run down this straight.
On the soft tyres, you've got the better pace, and as long as you don't overuse them in qualifying, they can give you a really good race start here. Alex Johnson, 3 tenths quicker.
Fastest.
That is a very fast pole lap compared to what we've seen so far. Matthias is going into the pits. Did he take damage on an outlap? Because he's pitting on the outlap.
That's strange.
Odd choice, but we'll go watch the other Mercedes driver, Koss. He's the only driver on the medium tyres right now. Could it be, again, a strategy battle here between Red Bull and Alpine? If they're trying... It says he's on the medium tyres, but we're seeing him on the soft tyres.
A little bit of technical issues.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not a strategy battle. Maybe the game's just broken. It wouldn't surprise any of us.
Yup, definitely.
Haas with Saints, who has not driven for them in Division 1 before. Haas has got that driver there in 5th. Yokto, who drove in Baku, is in 13th. They'll be looking for some points after some not perfect race finishes recently.
Yeah, I mean, just going to be relying on Koss now to get the Mercedes 1-2.
And he's done it. He's
done it.
200ths ahead of Sir Jagu in the Red Bull.
That is a close one. That's really down to the wire. Alright, so Jagu's really going to have to help get those tyres warm on his outlap so he can start flying past everyone. And so is Corgi. Love it. Oh yeah, that's Jumbo and Corgi are out of this session as well.
And we've lost Nemi of the Alpha Tauri. So Alpha Tauri have both drivers having DNF from the qualifying session here.
That is not going to be fun times with their team principal.
I'm sure the engineers will have a lot to say there. Let's go watch Silburn's Gold of the McLaren as he comes towards sector 3 of his outlap now. He wants to improve on that 9th place time. He needs about a full second to overtake Alex Johnson, who's the provisional pole sitter for now.
Well, I mean, it's all just relying on Kevin Aronson, to be honest, because the Mercedes have locked out first for now. So, I mean, Red Bulls just really need to fight back.
I'm sure we'll see something from Matthias, who has had a dominant performance in the races he's shown up in. But
Yeah.
Jack washed further behind than we'd imagine. As you just saw on the results, Jack DNF'd from the last race during a safety car, but up until that point he was leading with his teammate Matthias in second, and it was a very intense battle between those top two teams. Alpine currently flying ahead in the constructors' standings. So I'm looking for where Matthias will be, but he hasn't left the pits yet, so Silver's goal looks to have lost the rears there a little bit.
I think he's waiting for the right point, to be honest.
Mm.
Because once this track is busy, it's not a nice one to race on.
Mm.
Because you'll literally have to be dodging people left, right, and centre. I mean, like, from personal experience, it's absolutely horrid. It's just your reaction times. So I think there might be some sort of strategy going on there to set it to the last minute.
I'm not sure what's happening there with that. You may be right. Jumbo in fourth has not been overtaken despite having DNF'd the session already. Teammate down in 16th has an issue on the flying lap, obviously. Silvers did not improve the time. Let's go see if we can see the Williams car trying to improve here. This is Carter driving in the Williams. It's his second drive. He DNF'd lap 1 of Baku Street Circuit last weekend. And he probably wants to get a bit more than the 16 seconds behind that he currently is. He said in the pre-race that Monza is a decent track and he'd like to start in the front half of the grid.
Yeah,
which shouldn't be difficult due to the DNFs.
Yeah. But to be honest, starting right in the middle of the pack can actually be the worst because you're going to get boxed in from everywhere.
Yeah.
So you never know. Matthias might be playing it strategically and going last for some sort of reason.
Yeah, maybe. If you don't think you're going to get the top 4 or 5 here, you were in a very bad position for the race start if you don't trust the drivers around you.
Definitely. So it might be some strategic stuff going on there. I don't know, to be honest, because if you are not in that top 5, then you are really going to be done going into turn 1. Oh, who's this going off?
This is Little C. He's trying to avoid these. I'm pretty sure the game is physically impossible to do that, but
oh yeah, unless
that's an
you're going
invalidated lap time for him.
He's going to have to be restarting his lap.
So that is a wasted lap there for the Williams driver. Williams still having Jumbo up there, but...
Oh, Jumbo's still up in 4th. No one's
Jumbo's still up in 4th. Just watch.
Is Matthias going to come out?
Matthias.
This is a real question.
I have no clue. Koss is trying to overtake Sir Jagu and get that Mercedes 1-2 back.
Oh, yeah. Good lap from Jagu, though.
Very strong lap from Jagu. Oh, Koss is pitting. I think he realised he wasn't going to beat that time. If we look at the driver standings, we can see that Koss is currently behind Tactical, Matthias and Twinsicle in that battle for a top 2 there. Wow. He is not where he'd want to be. He probably wants to be up there with his Mercedes teammate. He is ahead of his old teammate for Aston Martin, which is Speakman, currently sat behind Sir Jagu. Sir Jagu claimed all of his points last weekend in Baku, which was his first week in Division 1. He got a strong 3rd place, as we can see. Sorry, he got a strong 2nd place, as we can see. And beat out Twinsicle and Juno, his teammate. Jack DNF'd, and he beat out most drivers. Other than Matthias. Matthias still hasn't left the pits. I'm not sure what's happening here because he doesn't have time to stay there much longer.
Yeah, I mean, he's won last race, so he must know something about this. Not sure what's happening with him. Just don't, at this point, my money's on he's not coming out.
I don't think he will. It doesn't seem like if you haven't gone out by 3 minutes remaining,
you're
probably not going out. Yeah.
It's going to take you at least a minute and a half. As you can see from the fastest, it's taking you a minute and a half to do the lap. So, I don't know. I don't think he's coming out.
But we have a lot of drivers who are coming out.
Yeah, everyone's pegging it out now.
XX Razor definitely needs to get out there. He said he wanted to be up front. He is not getting there like this. We're seeing Mercedes start to leave the pits. I don't know which that was Alex Johnson there, I believe.
Yup, I think so. He's just making his way out the pits now. He's going to be on his outlap.
He is only 100th ahead.
It's literally...
He wants to
nothing.
strengthen that. Jack Acker's got up into third after a disappointing first 15 minutes of the session.
Yep, it's just Koss really needs to up his game. Oh, what's this?
Matthias has
absolutely done it.
Matthias has just joined. I think he's been disconnected from the session due to a issue there. So he will be having to... He does have time to get out and do an outlap if he can apply those setup changes very quickly.
If he just gets out now, then I think he could make it. He just needs to finish this lap. He just needs to get that lap in. Because right now, this is when it's all going to go down because you have the tiny amount of fuel.
He needs to put the lowest fuel he can with the correct setup and still leave the garage in about 10 seconds. I'm not sure if he can do it, but I'm sure Jack Ack here will definitely be hoping. Jack Ack on a invalidated lap time after an issue in Sector 1, so he's coming in to start this new lap. He wants to get that extra 900ths of a second and get past Alex Johnson for pole. Or he doesn't, and he's happy with that third place start.
Yeah, I mean, third place is a good place to start because you are in a good place because you can just shift across to cover people off.
He's still got to worry about Koss, because if Koss can push him onto that right-hand side of the track...
Koss has actually got a really good lap going.
Koss is on a relatively strong lap. He had a slower Sector 1, but he's picked up some toe off the traffic. It's not slowing him down as much as they'd think. It's probably helping him. He's gained 800ths of a second here. He's lost the rear. He's very lucky to still be in the session now after that.
That is a close one.
Very good recovery. Jack Ack retired from the session. He's done with his racing for now. We seem to have a Haas. Is that Saints? Nope. That will be Yocto, who slowed down in Sector 1. Presumably after an issue with that Turn 1, which is what the race director's worried about today. He's advising for lap 1, Turn 1, try stay... don't be aggressive. Don't be an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Know your limits.
If you're going aggressive into Turn 1, then you're asking to just have a crash early. If you're going to be out of the race or just losing your whole front wing, because you are really going to be losing some time if you do not have a front wing.
Johnson does have his front wing, and he has gained almost 3/10 of a second coming into Sector 3. He looks like he'll claim this pole comfortably unless Jagu pulls out an amazing lap on his final. Johnson
That's another fastest from Johnson to keep his lead a little bit further ahead, but
he's still got Sir Jagu.
Solid lap. Oh.
It's not the front row we expected. We expected Matthias and Jack Ack to be fighting for that, maybe even Koss a bit closer than he was. Jagu has lost the rear very slightly going over a curve, probably more than he'd like there. I don't think it will have lost him too much time, but it won't have gained him what he needed.
That is not going to be fun listening to him.
I'm sure Speakman has had a spin there by the looks of it. He has managed to stay out of Jagu's way. Jagu's got another about 8 seconds to cross the line. Can he get it done? He's gone a bit wide there. Maybe that's what he wanted. And he's given up on the lap.
There's no chance he was going to do something.
That is respectable there. And I believe this is the grid lined up. And now we're just waiting for all the cars to be back in a garage or done with the session. So we will be right back once the cars are on the grid ready for the formation lap. Hey guys, we are back. Sorry for that. We had a technical issue with the game servers. It didn't put us into the race, so we have had to restart the lobby. Top 10 qualified drivers are having to start on the soft compound tyres, and everyone else, I believe, gets free choice.
Yup. It's going to be a weird one because, I mean, on that first stint, I think you do want to be on those mediums, to be honest, because first stint, I think you should, like, go longer and then come in on the softs, so at the end you can really push.
It will probably have messed up a couple team strategies who were planning on the pits being with the wear of the tyres from quali. And the teams who didn't preserve tyres as well in quali are definitely going to be benefiting from this.
100%. It's gonna be a real game changer, to be honest.
But we might see more exciting racing up front with that top three of Alex Johnson, Sir Jagu, and Jackak. That will be an exciting top three battle now. We've got them on the equal performance tyres.
It's just the story with Mateus. He never came out the pits.
Yeah, I think about 10 minutes of the session, his game was having issues where he couldn't join the lobby correctly. And in the other 8 minutes, he just didn't get the time to get the setup he needed to make and all that. But race or the formation lap will be starting in a few seconds, and then we will be able to watch the race start.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good to see him. Alright, so let's go. Oh, it's lights out and away we go. Let's see.
For the formation lap.
Yup.
I'll get all the data we need.
God.
Yeah.
Don't
worry, you'll get to do it at the end of this lap. It's fine.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, oh, I didn't know if there was a formation lap or not. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's fine.
First race. Give me a break. Alright. Formation lap. I mean, it's just it was surprising though from Kevin. I thought he was going to be higher up.
Yeah, Kevin Aronson, he drove in the preseason testing for Red Bull. He did pretty well then, if memory recalls.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to try and keep up with Jagu because, I mean, he's got his teammate up in P2 down to P9. That's not going to be getting the best points possible.
The same can be said about Ferrari, the difference between P7 and
yeah.
P18 after Twin scores DNF for driving the wrong way. I believe it's just because he spun and he didn't get back on track the way he would have wanted to. Alex Johnson said during the break that he thinks he'll struggle to keep Jagu and Jackak behind him. Coming into turn one, obviously turn one, there's a relatively long run up to it, but there are so many cars in such a tight turn that Johnson will definitely be trying his hardest to avoid a collision there. But he's not the type of driver to lose a position from it.
Yeah, I think if you just like keep it clean in turn one, then everything's going to be okay. But knowing this, I mean, that's probably not going to happen because you're going to have someone try and do in Daniel Ricciardo and just absolutely dive bomb. And then you'll just have a 10-car pile up. But fingers crossed that doesn't happen. And everyone's just trying to get heat into the tyres now. I think everyone's gone soft, except from Mateus and
Yocto there, yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder what they've got that no one else does. I think they're just going to try a different strategy, to be honest.
Right, the cars are getting into the grid properly. We're going to watch it as Alex Johnson starts. Ali, I'll give you the honour for lights out and away we go if we can see that, which we can't.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I didn't even know when the lights are going to go out, to be honest. I mean, I'll give you the honour of doing it for the first time.
It's lights out and away we go. Alex Johnson manages to stay ahead pretty well. Jagu's not managed to get ahead of him. Jackak has stayed where he is. The top three has remained the same. We're heading into turn one now. Saints has gained the position on Jumbo. Jagu has tried to go down the inside. He hasn't kept it. Johnson swaps the racing lines. He's managed to stay ahead. Jagu's just behind him. Jackak stays there. Jumbo's got the position back off Saints. Saints has dropped 3. Koss is up in 5th. Yoda into 6th. Speakman 7th. Silver's 8th. Safe down to 9. Yocto down 17th. Yep, Corgi in 13th. Matthias already gained the positions there.
Whoa. Matthias into 12th.
Let's watch Matthias here. He will be making a run through the grid.
Oh, yeah.
He's got
Oh,
Nick's
let's
up
have a
ahead.
look at this. He's gonna have to get a good run on the long straight coming up.
He's got the
because
tyre
if he does-
disadvantage on the mediums for the straight line
Oh, yeah.
pace.
Exactly. He's just gonna have to somehow find a way.
The
he's
chicanes
just gonna
here,
have
he
to
will have to
hope.
do them perfectly compared to the other drivers.
Yup.
If he wants a chance at gaining some of this time back. He's lost some there. Nick's a swap with Prelo. Prelo will want that back. I'm not sure if he's going to get it or not, though.
Yeah, he might go down the inside. Nah. He's not gonna do it. He's gonna play it safe.
Johnson set the fastest lap. Let's go see how Jagu's doing there. Jagu coming up to turn 1. What do you think he's going to do?
Ooh, I think he's just gonna have like a little switch there. Maybe.
He
nah,
hasn't
he's
gone for
gonna
it,
stay
no.
behind.
He stayed
Nah,
behind. I think he
too
might be waiting for
risky.
DRS would be the safest option for him here.
Yeah.
Kevin Aronson has had to pit. Did he sustain some damage there?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I don't know, to be honest.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
what happened there. Corgi and Tactical battling it out here.
He's got a neutron wing.
Tactical's not doing as well as he said he wanted to in his pre-race interview.
Yeah, Tactical wanted to be really up there, but not really doing it.
Because the driver standings, Tactical still third despite a somewhat disappointing finish last race week. We've got a yellow flag somewhere. That's Nix and
Sector
Razor
two.
have had a collision there. Razor
I
struggling
think
to get
they're
back
both-
on.
Yeah, they're both still in this. No DNFs so far.
Yeah, they've just got to make it to the end of the lap. Maybe they'll go for a long stint on the hards. What do you think there?
To be honest, I think all the softies are all gonna come in early and just stick it out with the hards. Do a Hamilton right at the end, to be honest. Because, I mean, to be honest, I think that's gonna be the safer bet.
But we saw there Nick struggling and Razor struggling to stay safe there. Tactical's gone into the pits too. Did he pick up any damage? I'm not sure, but the 2 pitters means that Matthias is into the points already.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have an absolute lovely race.
What do you think between Jago and Johnson up top there?
Oh, it's gonna be a close one. I mean, he
Gaps
just needs to
very.
stay within a second.
The
Because
gap keeps swapping between the 7/10ths and a second. Johnson slowing down a bit there.
yeah, he's just gonna try and stay within DRS of him.
We have a virtual safety car now, which Johnson has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under.
Same with Jumbo.
That is a huge impact on this race for podium positions.
That is gonna be an absolute game changer. He's not gonna go in early for it. He's just gonna do it when he pits.
He's going to leave it as long as he can, I think.
Yeah, I'm saying until think like just after he pits, next lap he's gonna go in and get it done.
Unless
That
there
is
is a
gonna be
specific
absolutely
time in which he has to do it, I can't see him going in early. That's
Yeah,
Razor again,
definitely.
who's caused the yellow flag there in Sector 1. That's been cleared up. I think that was just a spin at the first chicane. Razor
Yeah.
said he's unhappy with his racing setup. Johnson going for it now. Neither of us expected that.
Oh, that's an early one. I mean, he does have really good pace. You saw that in qualifying.
Yeah.
He just kept getting faster after fastest, so he should be able to. I mean, it puts Matthias back up into P9, which is something crazy from all the technical issues.
From, was it P17 he started the race in, or was it higher up than that?
I think it was P17, to be honest. Or P16, actually.
Let's see.
It was... I don't know. He's doing quite well, though.
He is doing very... He started the race in P17. He's in 9th now.
Oh, wow.
Jumbo on a 3-second penalty as well as his drive-through. He is racing really hard.
Ooh.
Kevin Aronson with the fastest lap of the race from 15th
Oh, wow.
on the medium tyres.
He is...
He's got the overtake
fine.
there on Sir Yoda of the Ferrari. Twinsicles in 11th.
That was a front wing on the side, I think I saw.
Front wing where, sorry?
On turn 1.
Ah, that might be what caused the yellow flag with Razor, as he's just had to pit.
Probably.
Oh, Yoda getting close to Aronson there.
Well, he's not going to go for a switch there. That's way too late.
Mm.
Kevin Aronson. Geez,
DRS just being
good.
activated here by Jack. He's going for Jagu. Can he get it on the straight before turn 1? He can do. Jumbo's going for it too.
Oh,
Jagu's managed to not lose the 2 positions, but let's keep watching behind, see what's happening. Koss is up in the battle. We haven't seen much of Koss today.
oh yeah, he's made his way back. He dropped down to like P6 at the start.
We need to keep in mind Jumbo's penalties put him behind Silburn's gold at the moment. So Koss is in a podium position essentially right now.
Essentially, he is.
And with the DRS zone, do you think any overtakes are going to happen in this top 4 when we get into the DRS zone in Sector 2?
Definitely, I think Jagu's definitely going to be waiting it out till we have a good long straight. He's going to have that DRS and absolutely.
Well, he's got the DRS now and he's going for Jack washed.
Nah, that's too far. He's going to get closer, but that's not going to be close enough, I don't
Maybe
think.
the slipstream if he can follow it nicely down here on the back straight. And then remember, we get DRS again at the end of this wide turn.
Small spin there. Had to have readjust, but down that straight, nothing's going to happen.
Jumbo's relatively close there. Jumbo, none of the drivers know how to race around him, as this is his first race in the division.
Yeah.
What has happened to Saint, who has just lost 3 different positions there?
Jeez, think he's had a spin or something.
Yellow flag in Sector 3 with Corgi. I think that was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack not with the exit he would have wanted. Johnson's on the charge from the back of the grid here with the fastest laps. Jumbo's in the pits and Corgi's in the pits. That could have been why Corgi dropped so many positions. Johnson's got a lot of clear air. Do you think he's got a strategy that involves another pit? Sorry, that involves more than 1 pit stop?
No chance. I think definitely because it's only a 27 lap race, they're 100% going to try and do a 1 stop. I mean, he has the pace. Alex Johnson has the pace to make it go. It's just that he just needs to make it stick, to be honest.
If we look at the results of last race week, we can see that Johnson, even in a track he said he wasn't comfortable in and he didn't have the setup in, he still got fastest lap in 4th. So you're right in saying that he has the pace there.
Yeah, exactly. He knows what he's doing. He just needs to keep pushing and use the slip dreams and just, yeah.
But Koss about to get DRS on Jagu here. He set the fastest lap. He looks like he's close enough to do it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to make that, hopefully.
Car's exiting the pit, almost got in the way. Can he go around the outside? Oh, he's had to back out as to not make any devastating contact. There may be a slight tap of the cars. But the regulation change has, after what happened at Baku with all the DNFs, we have changed our simulation damage rates down to standard. So drivers are more encouraged to race freely instead of being scared of taking themselves out every lap or 2.
Yeah, definitely. It's a surprise to me that there isn't a safety car. Like, lap 1 was actually really clean.
This has been a very clean race. This is a good representation of what we stand for at Valhalla Motorsports now.
Yeah, definitely. All about clean racing.
Jagu's got back in DRS range of Jack, but Jack seems to struggle a lot through Sector 2 and 3, but he's one of the faster drivers in Sector 1, I think we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, just also Koss is just chilling behind, just watching this whole race unfold, really.
He's probably waiting for Jagu to slow Jack down with an overtake. And he might try and make it double. Speakman's climbed up into 4th. He's in a very tight battle there with Silburn's gold.
Oh, that's close.
Oh, Silburns gets it back. Was that with Silburns gets it back and gets the DRS on Speakman there. Saints has also got Speakman. You've got to feel for the Aston Martin driver. All the pressure of the team is on him today. Do you think that pressure is affecting his mindset coming into this? Or do you think he's just treating it as any other race?
I mean, you want to feel like you're treating it like any other race, but to be honest, it's not going to happen because, I mean, like, the whole thing between him being the only Aston Martin driver, and he needs to get those points because I mean they need them. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on him. So he wants to try and make those overtakes, but as you can see, he's really not. He's not helping. The pressure isn't helping him basically.
Jagu again keeping behind Jack through there. We've got
Yeah.
Silburn's gold. Sorry, is that Nick's that has been lapped by the race leaders there?
Oh wow,
But
really good pace by the front runners.
the front three there have unmatched pace, and I think we'd have to class Johnson being in that bracket, but the drive-through penalty has slowed him down
Oh yeah,
a lot. Jumbo has a penalty to serve. I'm not sure which
Jumbo's
penalty
gonna
that
lose
is. And
That's
Jagger,
gonna be oh,
very close there. Jagu went for the move, but Jakak, we've seen it
Yeah.
before. He is beautiful at defending his positions.
that was some really good stuff. I mean, Jagu really did had to like absolutely leave that, otherwise there would have been carnage.
Do you think Jagu's got the better pace if he goes ahead? Oh, there was
Yeah.
contact there as Jakak bounces over a curb. That was obviously
yeah.
not intentional, but I think it may give Koss a chance at getting ahead. Let's go behind and watch from Koss's perspective. Very unlucky there by Jagu if he had have lost that position.
Oh yeah, definitely. He would have been kicking himself. But I mean, he managed to keep
Yeah.
him behind. So good stuff all around. But that turn one bit, Jagu really had to keep out of that.
Just bumping over the curb in the second chicane and the dive bomb that almost was in the first turn.
Yup, that was luckily.
We're really seeing what Jagu can do.
Yeah, I mean, they're all really testing each other right now, as you can see.
Do you think Jakak's got the pace to gain back if he loses it? Or do you think Jagu will, or Jagu and Koss maybe, will go ahead?
These guys have some really good pace with them, so I think this should be okay.
Jagu's gone ahead down the straight with DRS. We just missed that as we watched Silburns get Speakman. Speakman's got it back though. This is almost as exciting as the battle for the front three. Whilst they are not as many points up for the grabs, it is still really exciting to see there.
Yeah, I mean, now Jakak's going to see Jagu in front and want that position.
But he can't discount Koss behind.
Yeah, he's really going to have to try and defend and attack at the same time. So that's going to be a lot for him.
He's really fighting that two-front battle now because he doesn't want to wear the tyres down too much, catching Jagu, because then he'll lose out to Koss behind, he'll drop the position, and he'd have to change his strategy if he pushed too hard. But if he doesn't push enough, he loses that opportunity for a first-place finish.
Yeah, I think around the next few laps, cars are definitely going to be coming into the pits.
The
So
soft
we'll just have to
compound
see.
tyres should be pitting before lap 14.
Definitely. I mean, we'll just have to see what the strategies are, especially with the two mediums who started off the race.
And speaking of strategy, Jagu's going in for the pits now. He's obviously going
that's
to...
an early one.
That is quite an early pit. Do you think he'll go medium or hard tyres for the final 16?
I think he's going to go hard for that.
He's swapping to the medium.
Oh. That's going to be a hard one to manage, but I think he should be able to get it done. I mean, we've seen how good he is.
We've seen the battle of Koss and Jakak at a couple other tracks over the past 3 races, and Jakak normally comes out on top here. So will Jakak be able to get far enough away from Koss that he's safe from other drivers? Will he be able to get that lead without being slowed down by defending, or do you think Koss has it in him to match pace through Monza?
I think Koss, if he has his, like, it depends really what he wants to do with this race, because I mean, if he's going to go for just getting that position, but personally I would say just stay within a good range of him. Don't try and make that overtake. Don't go ultra attacking, because he wants to keep the tires semi good until he needs to go in for that pit. Because I mean, if he's going to get pushed from behind, which it probably isn't going to happen, I mean, he just wants to keep those tires just in case they have a strategy change. But you never know. He might come in early.
They are both coming in this lap now.
Oh.
So we'll look at some drivers who are still out racing. Matthias and Alex Johnson, two very big rivals here, are making up 6th and 7th after Matthias had a qualifying issue and Alex Johnson had to have a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Matthias gone up to 4th for some cars pit. Johnson behind Koss, who was pitted. Silburn's gold in 1st. Everybody seems to be going into the pits now. Is Jumbo having to serve a penalty in the pit? No, Jumbo's not pitting.
Jumbo is literally leaving this to the last second here. I think he's going to go from softs to mediums at this point because there's no point going hards. You're just going to be losing time.
Silburn's Golf's never been one of the front runners of the Valhalla Motorsports grid, but right now he's getting a good start. I think the way he tried to defend there really made Matthias struggle, and that caused him to bump onto the tracks. And Johnson's going to be happy about that because now he's in 6/10 of the car that he wants to beat today. He doesn't want Matthias to take away this 2nd place from him at the end of the day.
Definitely. He's really going to push hard now because, I mean, with that drive-through, Alex is not going to be happy.
Silburns gets it back off of Matthias.
Oh, whoa.
A nice manoeuvre. I don't think anyone saw that coming, even Matthias. He was not in a defensive position there. Coming down a big straight, Johnson is going to want to go for the double. He's not seeing a gap, but he might be able to make one. Down the inside, there's no room.
He's going to get squeezed.
Are they going into... Matthias will struggle to get to the pits if he needs it. They've both gone into pit. Johnson's into 1st on the 12-lap-old tyres. He's got Jumbo the Williams behind him on the same 12-lap-old soft tyres. Still with a penalty. I'm not sure whether that's a drive-through or a 3-second time penalty that is carrying with him at the moment. Jack and Koss in the 5th and 6th that we saw Johnson and Matthias in.
It's just Jumbo has a drive-through, so that's going to be playing into it now because, I mean, yeah. That's going to be something else.
Jumbo isn't really going to be in this battle for the top 4 that we're putting Johnson, Jack, Koss and Matthias into. But will Johnson be in it after the pit? I mean, he's left it late. What are we thinking an undercut might happen here from Jack or Matthias?
I don't know. I want to say there will be an undercut, but to be honest, Alex is now in fresh air, so he's got space and time, and we've seen his pace. It's immaculate. So, I mean, if he just puts his head down, and it's hammer time for him, basically.
Yeah. Little C down in 17th. It's disappointing from the man who wanted to start in the top 6.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, towards the bottom, there's not really much gonna happen between them. It's just, now it's just everyone pitting and it's all their strategies. Oh, I thought Alex was gonna go in there.
Alex, run it. Jagu is in the best position here. The two drivers ahead of him are on horrible tyres.
Yeah, he's got brand new fresh tyres. He's completely happy. He can push with these tyres a bit.
We're
he
seeing
just needs to preserve them.
We're seeing Koss on the 1-lap-old mediums getting beaten out by Yocto on the 13 laps. Oh, there was contact there between Jagu and Jumbo. Jagu probably lost the front wing there. Oh, yeah. Jumbo's got that time penalty will probably be removed unless Jumbo serves it in the pits.
Definitely.
As he was pushed off track there. But has Jagu just removed himself from that race for the top 3, do you think? Because we're seeing Jack now behind him after Jumbo. Yeah, Jack's just overtaken him. Jack's going for Johnson. Johnson still has to pit. Surely he pits this lap.
Yeah, if he's not pitting this lap, then I don't know what's happening. I mean, like, what's up with the Mercedes strategy? Like,
Koss has had a very strong strategy.
That's been really good. So I don't know what they're doing with Alex. Because Koss, like, look at him. He's up in P4 again. He's going to be battling for the podium now. It's just Alex.
Koss especially battling for the podium when you consider Jagu probably has to pit and Johnson is pitting.
Yeah, Johnson's is coming into the pit finally.
Koss is in that battle for the top step. All he needs is one mistake from Jack and he could take the race win here.
Yup. Jagu's going to have to go in for a front wing. Jumbo's going to go do his drive-through, I believe.
I'm not sure if Jumbo's done his actual pit. I believe he served the drive-through the previous lap. Matthias into 10th. That's good in the points. He's got a lot of cars ahead on the worst tyres.
I mean, I think that's...
Oh,
could take
preload
the
span.
now. Oh, jeez.
Very, very good reactions from Matthias to stay in that race there.
Matthias, jeez. That was a really close one.
I think we could see Prelo losing the rears, having bounced over the curb. But
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to keep going straight.
if you're in Matthias's position there, because was it Koss that we saw do that and still managed to keep the lap? He didn't get a good lap, but he kept the lap in qualifying. He didn't take any damage, he didn't spin. So Matthias didn't know whether to brake there and risk losing time to Aronson behind, or...
I mean, to be honest, now I think by the next few laps, everyone's going to come in, so it's going to be all good racing, I guess, again. Because
if we just look now at how many pits everyone has had, Yocto is the only driver who hasn't pitted yet. A lot of drivers pitted early for damage and will probably have swapped to a 2-stop strategy with a several lap stint on softs at the end, but...
Yeah. I mean,
Matthias...
Yocto's going to drop a lot now because everyone's on fresh tyres. So, I mean, he probably should have gone a bit earlier.
If we just look now, Twinsicle having the best race for me at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Can't particularly argue with that.
Really happy.
Matthias, obviously, not his fault that he had the bad start, but...
Yeah, I mean, from P17 to where he is now, that's really good.
And obviously,
that's 10 positions.
If you're Johnson, you're going to be slightly disappointed.
Yeah.
From
but,
pole to now.
He has it in him to make that first.
He's got the chance at getting Twinsicle, and I believe Speakman's got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, I believe so.
So Johnson just needs to hope that another driver can make an issue. I think him and Twinsicle, he ran slightly wide there, which pushed Twinsicle off a little bit. Not any form of dirty racing by any stretch of it, but Koss has lost Jackak. Jackak is clear now.
I mean, Koss and Jackak just really need to just keep their heads down and just just focus on their own race, because now they're in the podium, so they're chilling. It's Alex's race. He really just needs to keep going, because we've seen him with the pace. I've said that throughout the whole race. We have 10 laps to go. He should be able to do it.
He should be able to get Speakman. I'm interested in Matthias versus Silburns, because Twinsicle's dropping away from Alex, but Matthias is catching to Twinsicle here. And Prelo causing a yellow flag in Sector 3 there. Very unfortunate for him, considering he's just had to pit after his incident at Turn 1.
I mean, Kevin Aronson's in the pits right now. So,
Koss with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track limit violations. Alex Johnson, the strategy at Mercedes may have changed to let Johnson go ahead if he can get within that 3-second range now.
Definitely. I think they're basically just going to say that look, if you can, try and get ahead of Jackak, and if you can't, just because they really want to try and get they want to get Koss in front of Jackak to slow him down, so Alex can just have free reign and absolutely speed through.
Speakman has had what happened against the McLaren happen to him again, where he loses the position and then they get DRS on him whilst being ahead. That's very unfortunate for Speakman, but he's not letting the pressure get to him here. He's keeping a 4th place race very strongly.
Yeah, that's really good.
Sector 1, something has just happened down at Turn 1. I'm not sure what's happened, but we've seen...
That's Matthias. He's spun, I believe.
He does seem to have lost a little bit of time.
He's back down to 9th.
Yeah,
that's going to be
Matthias, he will be a knock, because now he's got to battle Sir Jagu too.
Yeah, that's going to be a good battle between them two.
Matthias, probably our best driver from Baku Street Circuit, but this is an entirely different track to Baku.
Definitely.
And we're seeing...
5 second
Ooh.
speeding in the pits. I mean, his race is really just not being good today. He's been right at the back all the way, being lapped, and now he's gonna get that penalty. Like nothing's going his way today.
You could say the same for
But
his teammate, Tactical.
yeah, Tactical
Tactical, very
has
strong
one.
driver for the first 2 race weeks, but
Oh, Jumbo with another 3.
we're seeing a lot of drivers start to pick up these track limit violations, whether it's
Yeah.
tyre wear that's kicking in onto the second stint.
I think it's a mix of loads of stuff because now everyone's gonna be like, look, we don't have a lot of time left.
It's an
We have,
all or
like,
nothing
what-
drive now.
Yeah, literally. It's 8 laps left. They're just thinking, look, let's just push it. Let's dive bomb, do what we can to make up these few seconds because, I mean, people have penalties. So, I mean, look, Yocto, both the people in
Yocto
front
and
of him,
Saints, the Haas drivers, are having a battle
there
here.
you go.
Normally we see the
Both
Haas
the Haas-
drivers battling for 19th, but
Yeah, but now it's P7.
I think that would have been a team order there. Jagu getting
Yeah.
past Saints as well, whilst the penalty would have meant that Jagu was ahead anyway. Jagu will be very happy with this because he wants to get Yocto before Matthias gets Saints. He wants to be as far away from Matthias as he can be.
100%. Matthias is going to try and make a comeback now.
We're
Because,
getting
I mean-
into the really strong drivers from 10th upwards.
Yeah, definitely.
We haven't seen much of Twinsicle or Silburns, but definitely drivers that have had a good race today.
Definitely. I mean...
Oh!
Oh!
Sir Jagu!
Oh,
He's down into
that is
10th.
not a
That
nice
is
one.
not what he's down further than 10th. I don't think he hit the wall. I don't think he took
He
damage,
hasn't
but
touched the wall.
his
That
tyres
is
will
really
need a
unfair.
change after that. From
That
how
is
much he was
unfair.
pushing it previously, that is probably his race over for the...
It's all over for him.
Yeah.
He pushed it. I mean, fair play to him. He went all or nothing, and I mean, it just went nothing for him today. That's just unfortunate.
Now he's with his teammate Kevin Aronson. Obviously, he won't want to lose
Yeah.
out to Kevin Aronson after the race he's been having.
Yeah,
So-
that's just really unfortunate for him.
Maybe he can make it back into the points, but the top 5 he was looking for is off the table now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to make it back into the points with the solid race he's been having
Yeah.
so far.
And
He
with the
should-
penalties ahead.
Yeah, there's tons of penalties. Jumbo, Science,
Oh,
and
Matthias running
Silver's
wide
goal.
there. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Silburn's goal with the penalty. Matthias doesn't need the overtake to finish ahead of him.
Yeah, it's just that he's gonna try and push.
He's aiming for a
Yocto.
top 4, top 5.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it in him to do it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
had...
gonna be a bit harder.
Again, after last weekend, he's such a strong driver. He's so fast. But Baku is really different to Monza. They're probably the two...
Oh yeah,
They're opposite ends of the spectrum for F1
Yeah.
tracks. Monza is the fastest track you'll see, and Baku is very,
It's-
very slow.
yeah, because it is a street circuit
Mm.
with Razor picking up the penalty.
Razor down in 16th. Oh, Alex Johnson just took a wobble on the curve there. Razor down in 16th. No cars around him really. Corgi will want to get Sir Jagu, but I don't think he'll be able to unless DRS can really help him out here. Sir Jagu is just much faster than all the other drivers around him at the moment.
Definitely, he's
Well-
definitely got his setup right.
The huge gap between him and Kevin Aronson. And then
Yeah.
the gap between 12th and 11th, he will be
I mean-
struggling.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the gap between Alex Johnson and Kosh.
Alex Johnson, oh, that gap hasn't closed as much as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, if anything, I think that's got a little bit bigger than before.
Oh,
So,
Jack Ack taking a wobble there, though.
Ooh,
We're just
yeah.
seeing Sir Jagu with the fastest lap, so even if he doesn't finish in the points, he does take that point away from another driver.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what these guys lower down, whose races have been messed up, are gonna have. Yeah, because I mean, that's really what he's gonna be aiming for. At this point.
Drivers like Tactical, Jagu, maybe even Jumbo, the stronger
Oh, yeah.
drivers in that bottom 8 will be wanting to take away from the people at the top.
Definitely. I mean, Jack really just needs to keep his head down now because, I mean, Cost's, he's close enough. He could make something happen.
As we saw, Jackak's not a perfect driver. He did hit the curb a bit too hard a couple of times on the past few laps, but until something much more severe happens, it looks like he can just race calmly and get there through to the end.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not seeing anything which is going to be too bad. It's just Alex and Koss are really going to need to like have some sort of discussion or something here, saying that either Koss just keeps going and pushing, or they make a switch, which I don't think is going to happen.
I think with the 17-second gap, the only thing that could cause a switch is if Koss's tyres start to drop off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But at that point, you'd have to consider Speakman, who is only 3 seconds off. Sorry,
I mean,
Speakman is only 3 seconds off.
Good distance.
Twinsicle might be here to take that position off him. Obviously, the DRS coming in now down that straight. It's just gone off there, but...
Yeah. I mean, that's quite a long straight, so if he can stay within a good distance...
he drops off a bit through the chicanes, Twinsicle on Speakman.
He was braking a bit late there, so... I mean,
his exits are very strong, but the entrance there was not what he wants in this chase.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, Mateus is back up in P6 though.
Mateus having a very strong race here. Twinsicle, these two drivers are slowing each other down. Mateus is coming in for the taking here. He's going to wait for these two to...
sit.
Yeah.
Those two are literally just sitting ducks. He's just going to pick them off one by one easily.
And then, I don't think Matthias could make the 4-second gap, 5-second gap to Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
But
to be honest, I'm
Johnson just needs one small error, and Matthias is back in this top 3.
Oh, yeah. If Johnson...
If he can pass these...
Like, anything small, as if, like, he just has to make, like, a recorrection if he's, like, going into a spin or something. And Mateus can make a pass past these two, then it's anyone's race, to be honest.
He's got the DRS now. Twinsicle's the most disadvantaged here. He didn't get that DRS.
Yeah, just using his slipstream.
Yocto's in this now. It's a 4-way battle for 4th place. Yellow flag involving Corgi. The DNF now. Will it be a safety car? It is a safety car.
Oh my.
The entire race has been changed. I think we will only get a lap or 2 of racing. But...
Oh, that is going to be really, really, really...
Everything is different now. Jackak's almost 3-second lead.
Alex might be ready to take that lead, you know.
Alex with the 3-lap younger tyres. Maybe the strategy was there all along. Hoping for a safety car.
Jeez. This is going to play out completely differently now.
We have no... Oh, Jackak pitting. Presumably he wants to go onto that soft compound.
Yeah,
Koss has followed him onto the soft compound. So
that means Alex is going to take the lead then.
I think they'll keep Alex out to take the lead and have Koss hold up Jackak.
Yeah, let him have track position. Because, I mean, he does have... His tyres are still fresh. So he should be okay there.
His tyres are, I believe, 8 laps old mediums. Yeah. They are a decent bit slower than the fresh softs. He has pitted.
Definitely.
Matthias is taking the lead here.
Ooh.
No, Matthias isn't. Koss and Jackak with that extra bit ahead.
That's surprising to put both the Mercedes in.
I would not have expected that from the Mercedes TP.
Yeah, definitely, because they would definitely want to have at least one of them out on track position, just so they couldn't get those points. Even if they do get overtaken, they'll still be up there.
If we look at the results of the drivers' standings, we can see that Jackak will stay ahead and he'll extend that lead onto Alex Johnson because Tactical in 3rd is not gaining any points and Matthias is still in 3rd there. That's 15 points extra, I think. That barely puts him ahead of where Alex is going to be. I'm not even sure if it does put him ahead of where Alex is going to be. It all depends on the restart. Jack Ack's lead is going to keep getting bigger and better. Safety car coming in this lap. So we will go back to the in-game screen here. And we'll be able to watch. We'll watch Jack Ack for this restart. This is a wonderful view of all the action that we're going to get. I don't know what to expect.
I mean, I'm seeing Koss gonna make an overtake here because I mean, so far Jack Ack's managed to keep him behind, but he's ready for that start. You can just see Jack Ack weaving around trying to get temperature. But Koss
somebody's followed the safety car into the pits. Jack Ack started going, Koss behind him. Koss isn't fast enough to go for it down turn 1, I don't think.
No. That's not the greatest of restarts, but I mean, it's still good.
Alex Johnson's gained past Speakman already. I think Jack Ack's getting away so cleanly there. Johnson's dropped back a position. He's got it again past Silburns. He's got to get past Yocto, Twinsicle, and Speakman for this. They are not easy drivers to get past.
Definitely. I've said it once, I'll say it again. He has the pace to. It's just, he has the tyres to. It's just actually doing it now.
He's got past Twinsicle there. Twinsicle for a 3-second time penalty. All the drivers from Twinsicle to Jumbo are sitting on a time penalty, so they are unlikely to change other than during the race. Koss has got the time penalty, I've just realised. So he will not take the win, even if he does get past Jack Ack, unless Jack Ack has an incident. Any incident now is likely to end the race under a safety car if it causes a DNF. Matthias falling away from Koss. Maybe Matthias' strength is the street circuits. Because we are not seeing the pace that we saw last week. Jack Ack setting the fastest lap. He's taken that away from Jagu. Jagu didn't manage to get any extra positions, pull himself back into the points. He will be disappointed with that. Considering Aronson almost in the top 10. Johnson, he's only got 1 lap. It's all or nothing here.
Literally. This is the last lap of racing. He's going to absolutely send it. I mean, if he can, he's going to try and make a switch and whatever. He's going to absolutely dive bomb. Because at this point, it's all or nothing. Because, I mean, it's a 50-50.
He's made contact with Yocto. He reset himself to track. I'm not sure if that's allowed under league rules and regulations. If there's anybody in the chat, click that. Because that could make a huge difference. Speakman wants to get past Yocto. The time penalty won't make a difference, but getting that past Yocto, if Yocto can slow down Twinsicle, it could make a difference.
That is not the greatest of them. Oh my. Oh. Ay.
You okay there, lad?
Jeez.
Fastest lap taken by Jack Ack in the final lap of the race. It's Jack Ack and Koss 1-2. Speakman's getting past Yocto. It is a battle to the line that Yocto.
Jeez, boy.
Let's see down here. Jagu is going to be really disappointed with how his race has gone after leading it at one point.
I mean, to be honest, I think they should have left Alex out. He could have stayed ahead. And with the gap he would have made from like them two going into the pits, he should have left it out. But I mean, it is what it is now. So that's what? Jack Ack P1.
And Jack Ack, Koss, Matthias, podium.
I mean, Alpine are going to be really happy with that result.
Oh, yes, definitely. The first and third. That keeps them ahead in the Constructors' battle. With Alex only getting 5th, the gap widens for them.
That is going to be an absolute just dream for them. They could have got a 1-2, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Right, we will be back shortly with the post-race interviews. But until then, this is the race over. This is your podium. Well done to all the drivers involved, and we'll get their opinions on the race day very shortly. Hello, everyone. We're back
That was
now
an
with the
absolute race and a half.
post-race interviews. We're going to go to Kos first.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, hey, Kos. Ali's just said you had an absolute race and a half. Do you agree with that?
I don't really think so. Maybe the race, yes, kind of, but not the qualifying at all. I was like aiming for like a 19.5, 19.6 lap time, and during my lap on a scar chicane, it just went on the curb too much, and I nearly put in the wall. I don't know how I just kept it off it, but I couldn't do any more laps. So yeah.
Yeah.
Then I had a horrible start, like I usually do for some reason, and lost like 2 positions or 3 off the line, but gained 2 back on the exit. And then we were in a bit of a train there where it was kind of impossible to overtake. Like I was using all my battery, doing everything I could, but it was just so hard to even get alongside anyone. And yeah, and well, at the end of the race, well, halfway, sorry, when it boxed, I had this glitch sometimes people have where you release the clutch, but it doesn't release. So I lost around a
Ooh.
second in the pits, which meant I was behind the car when it came out, and I was far away from Jack Hack, so I lost his DRS there. And then it was a matter of, you know, I couldn't catch back up because I had a lot more traffic, and then yeah, at the end, I thought the safety car was gonna, you know, kill me because I had those 3 seconds, and but in the end, I just pushed as much as I could and somehow got second place. I'm only happy because I got second place, honestly, but out of nowhere because I thought I'd have lost it to Matthias, but apparently not. Apparently, I still got it, so I'm happy with that.
Do you think Matthias, Jack-Ack or Jagu was sort of the main competitor today? Because you mentioned the train that you had for a lot of the race. It was some really entertaining racing there with you, Jack-Ack and Jagu. Do you think that was a harder battle, or was Jack-Ack and Matthias more scary for that final position battle?
I think no one really was like, we were like very closely matched in terms of pace. That was the reason why we had such a big train, because we just kept going one behind the other, and we had so much straight line speed we couldn't get past anyone. And yeah, but at the end, really, like, I had a very hard time trying to get past Jagu, so props to him for defending well. And I think that, you know, we'll see if next race I can maybe get a better qualifying to this one and practice my starts a little more so I can be more in the fight. Because today I was just kind of, you know, after the start I was kind of just stuck behind one person, then behind the other, and at the end I just, yeah.
Well, I still think it was a very strong race from you, and well done. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or is that all you've got for us?
Yeah, I wanted to congratulate Jack Hack for being just an absolute beast. He was at the start of the race, he was really slow. Same with Jagu. I was so fast at the start, just couldn't overtake anyone. But I think at the end he had such an insane pace. Honestly, like,
yeah,
he just drove very well.
Yeah,
so props to them.
definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Especially Jack Hack.
Thanks. Alex, I'll let Ali interview you next, if that's okay.
Okay. So, Alex, how are you feeling after the race, man?
Family friendly, please, Alex.
Yeah.
Disappointed more than anything, I think. I think personally I should have won that.
Yeah,
with the
definitely.
pace that I had qualifying P1, yeah, it was just, there's no real words for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, no
what
words
was
that I can say
happening?
anyway.
What was happening with this strategy? Why did you come in at the end? Like, what was happening there?
I came in for softs because I thought everyone behind me, oh yeah, of course they're gonna come in on softs, and I thought it was the best strategy to go. But obviously there were 4 or 5 cars that didn't pit for softs, so I ended up P7, I think it was. And on, I don't even know what happened on safety car restart. Turn 1 was ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, like, good stuff, man. I thought personally that you had really good pace. So like, what were you thinking when we were going through that when you're in P3?
I was again. I think I was a bit disappointed because I knew that I definitely had pace to win. And I definitely should have been ahead in that race. But again, I was thinking, well, I've had a good recovery from where
Yeah,
I
I
finished.
mean,
So.
good stuff, man. It was a really good race to watch.
It was
So, I
really
mean,
entertaining, Alex, as well.
yeah, it was. That final lap was something else.
Do you think the drive-through that you got at the start made a big difference? I know it's quite an
Oh.
obvious question, but
Yeah, about a 25-second difference.
but do you think the same thing would have happened? Do you think you would have been in the same position at the end where you were struggling under the safety car restart for a bad strategy call? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think I would have, if anything, that race I would have stayed ahead. And I mean, props to Koss and Jack. They had amazing pace as well. But I think I just had that bit of advantage, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I got collected in some bad driving. So
Okay. Thank you, Alex.
no problem.
Yeah. Thank
Right.
you. I mean, good racing.
Yeah. Speakman, are you able to talk next?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hey.
Good racing from you. You were sat in
That
like
was something else.
P4, P5 for a lot of that. Do you think that's where you should be most races?
I mean, yeah, I was disappointed with the qualifying. Started P10. I was hoping to get P11 to start on the mediums, but yeah,
Yeah.
didn't work out. So I had to start on P10. I was, I think, P5, P4 at the end of lap 1, so that was pretty promising. And then I just had a very straightforward race. I think I came out P11 on the line. P11, the P4 on the line. So yeah.
You did quite well. The safety car restart. You before and after that, was it you and Twinsicle having a battle there? I think.
Yeah, Twinsicle as well. I just I put on new mediums instead of softs. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but still, I'm happy where I ended. So yeah.
Because we've said we had the really exciting battle up front between Jackak, Jagu, and Koss, but the battle for like 4th to 6th was just as exciting in my opinion. There were so many nice little battles, maneuvers in there. It was really entertaining to watch. It was really good driving.
Amazing to watch.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. So yeah, it was very clean racing also. So.
And Ali said at one point that he thought the mentality of it would be different as you were the only driver. Yeah. Did you have more pressure from the team to do better there, or?
Well, it was just me for this race, so I think it was always a little bit more pressure than other races, but still, yeah, I tried to. I mean, coming from P10 to P4, I think that's the best that was possible here, so yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say? Or anything else that Ali would like to ask?
Yeah, it was just like, I'm just happy for you for like getting some points and stuff. So can you just like talk us through what you were thinking at the start of the race when you knew that you had to get some points to help your team?
Yeah, I mean, so of course Alpine and Mercedes, they are ahead in the standings, and I saw them had a really good qualifying. Also, then my teammate not being there is yeah, it's hard. So I just tried to keep my head down there and yeah, tried to do the best I could.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Really impressive.
Thank you.
Guess not. Twinsicle, are you there? We've talked to your rival for that race. Would you class him as your rival for that race?
Yeah, we were pretty similar pace for the middle stint of that. I knew he had a 3-second penalty. I just had to stay with him. But man, I am so disappointed with how it ended.
Why?
Oh my god! I think I should have finished P3 or P4 in that race. I was in P3, and then just before the safety car, I had a really bad exit out of turn 2, and I lost 2 places.
Mm.
Then I don't know. I just lost a few more places. I got a penalty, track limits after that.
Yeah.
I should have finished higher, I think.
Do you think the safety car impacted that? Or do you think that gave you more of an advantage, if anything, to close the gap at the restart?
Probably more of an advantage, to be honest. But either way, I'm fuming with myself for giving that position up, considering I started in P19 or P18 because I got disqualified in qualifying without even putting a time in.
Yeah, was that just you span and tried to get back on the track in a way that the game didn't like, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay, I did think so.
Yeah, a bit annoyed with that, but considering I started P18,
Yeah,
made my way up to P4.
really good
P3.
bit of racing between you and Speakman there.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to overtake as many people as I could, and got there in the end, but just had a really bad last 3 laps.
Yeah. Ali, anything you'd like to add to this?
Nothing really, to be honest. I'm just happy for you that you did manage to make a lot of places back.
Yeah, I'm happy I made top 10, to be honest. That was kind of my aim, because
Yeah,
Well, you
get them
definitely
points.
smashed that. Well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheers.
Right. Yeah. Tactical, are you able to speak now? I'll
Apparently
take the
not.
silence as a no. If Max, the Alpine engineer, are you here?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Max.
Presumably you're very happy with your team. I'll let Ali take this one, but I'd just like to congratulate you and your team on how well you did today.
you.
Yeah, I mean, like, how are you feeling on P1, P3?
That's a really good result for our team. I think JKH did a really awesome drive today.
Yeah,
I'm really
definitely. Yeah, so, like, what was your strategy going into this?
Like pitting somewhere between lap 10 to lap 12, and when the safety car comes out, we pitted for the softs and managed to get the fastest lap.
Yeah, that was some really good stuff from you there. Well, so what was your like mentality going into this? Because you really did need these points to stay ahead.
I was really scared of my decision to pit for the softs, but when it works out, I was really happy.
Yeah, that was some really good stuff from you.
Thank you.
So, Jamie, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt you will, but do you think there's anything you could have done better? Because I know that 1-3, you have to be happy with that, but do you think Koss was within reach at the end?
Yeah, we might change the strategy a little bit, but it was a really good race for us.
Yeah, it was. It was very impressive to watch.
Yeah, it was actually it was really good right towards the end. It was really, really fun to watch.
Really good. Matthias had an amazing climb back. Can you congratulate both your drivers on behalf of me for their races?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But if that's everything from the people who would like to be interviewed, then that's all that we've got for today on the stream. And from me and Ali, thank you everyone for joining to watch.
Thanks everyone. It's been absolute joy to commentate.
And we'll see you guys all again next week.